Look at the camera. Thanks, Eddie. Love you. Bye. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Valentine Bardot, and holy crap, it's already like almost 2 weeks into January. Oh my god, how have you guys been? It has been so long. Am I bothering you? You know, it's a new year, and I figured I'd talk about my New Year's resolutions and like my plans for the new year. I've been MIA. I think most of y'all knew that I was up to some wedding shenanigans. So I figured I would make a video talking about it's January. New Year's resolutions is a thing. I know they have like a pretty stigma that people don't think they're either like realistic or they're unattainable, but I would like to start implementing some things in my life. I figured maybe down the road I can update you guys with whether or not I was able to stick to these. Am I bothering you? Hi. Yeah, it looks like we've got a visitor today. My baby. Hi. I don't know what he is thinking or why he's in here. He's just chilling on my spiderweb pillow, just having a good time. As y'all can see, I'm in my office, which is super cool. I definitely want to start filming in here more. I just don't really have like the light situation figured out, and I also don't have a really good lens, like a wide angle lens, so y'all can like see my background, so it feels kind of pointless. I don't know. Do you guys like this background better? Can y'all see me okay? Sun is kind of already going down. So yeah, 2022. 2022 was like a year of relationships, right? So numerologically speaking, 2022 was a 6, which is great for love, partnerships, friendships, deals, just relationships of all kinds. So 2022 was a fantastic year for beginning relationships, ending relationships, or like monumental moments in relationships. People were pretty much on either side of the spectrum. You're either going to advance in your relationship when in whatever form that may mean for you. It's hard making friends with depth as an adult, you know what I mean? Especially if you're a shy introvert who like never leaves your fucking house. But I managed to do so. I've got a bunch of friends that I've made along the way in 2022 that genuinely mean a lot to me. And then also with my husband, my honey buns. Honey buns and I got married. Definitely did that on purpose. Oh my god, we just so happened to get married on a 6th. I was like, we have to get married on a 6th. So maybe the juju doesn't work if you like force it. Big yawn. Boy. But yeah, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, people were ending relationships. So maybe you left a job, even like a relationship with yourself. Like maybe there were parts of you that you no longer connected to. And it was a transformative year when it comes to like your other half, or goodbye, child. So with 2022 being an amazing year for partnerships, good, bad, everything in between, 2023 is going to be a fantastic year for higher purpose, life path, spirituality, deepening your relationship with yourself, a higher power, seeking enlightenment, just kind of like self-betterment, even yoga, like a meditative, contemplative, enlightened kind of venture. And for me personally, I'm interpreting the 7 as more of like spiritual alignment. As a lot of you guys know, I am a practicing witch. With the new year, instead of just kind of building like a resolution, if you want to do whatever you want to do, then you do it. But like, you know, I quit smoking, and that was like my biggest thing that I felt like I needed to get over. 5 years cigarette free. Wow. That's super cool. Go me. Woo woo. I want something that I feel I'm actually going to subscribe to, and with the year being 2023, with it being a 7, spirituality. Like I feel like developing like a spiritual routine would be super awesome and like exactly what I need, and I've been wanting to. That's the other thing, is like I just feel like 2023 lines up, January lines up with things that I've already been looking into heavily. So maybe that's something you guys should do. Like maybe think about what has been calling you, because 2023 is all about like higher power, right? So even if it's not spirituality per se, like maybe there's something that's been calling your name. Maybe it's more like passion oriented. Maybe you're a photographer. Maybe you're a tarot reader. Maybe you maybe you knit. Thing that's just been calling to you a lot. Listening to, I call it a higher power, but it could be like your higher self. It could be the universe, the divine. It could be instinct. I'm just trying to say, regardless of your belief system, if you have a vibe that maybe you should be looking into something, maybe this is your sign that you should be considering implementing that more into your life in 2023. So, for me, I wanted to develop kind of like a magical daily routine. Maybe that sounds a little woo-woo, but your bitch is woo-woo. So that's what I'm wanting to do. So I've got like two kind of abstract things that I'm going to be working on in 2023, and then I'm going to have like an actual routine which will help develop these abstract concepts of things that I want to better in myself. Number one, that is consistency. 100%. I am like consistently inconsistent. It sucks. It sucks so bad, especially when I'm like trying to have a YouTube channel. I also just want to say right now, if you are someone that was like, it sounds like you have ADD. And a lot of people, you know, reached out to me about it. And like, I'm not saying, I don't want anybody to think that they reached out in a negative way. It was very kind. It was all out of love for anyone who asked me or reached out to me. And then several people talked about, you know, maybe it's not ADHD or ADD, but maybe you have executive functioning things that you haven't quite developed. And they recommended me looking into that. And I do want to say I did look into that, and it sounds like 100% self-diagnosed over here, but it sounds 100% like I either have ADD or some issues with executive functioning. And one of them happens to be like consistency and follow through, which are the two things that I'm going to try to work on. So with that being said, if consistency and executing things is something you struggle with, highly recommend looking into executive functioning, and it's really enlightening. Thank you for all of y'all that reached out and said that. Thank you. Another way that I'm going to try to combat my inability to be consistent is I actually saw a YouTuber, I'll try to link it down below, but she was talking about like how habits aren't for everyone. Talking about how some people are more passion driven, which can be a bit more chaotic. It's less habitual because passions ebb and flow, right? And I thought that was super interesting, and she had some amazing tips on how to kind of keep the passion flowing. So anyways, I'm going to be implementing some things from executive functioning and some things from that video where it's like keeping the passion, keep stoking the fire of my creative passions for as long as I can. Try to simulate consistency. The next one goes hand in hand with consistency, and that's taking action. I've always had a problem with follow through. Next, let's talk about daily routines, because I'm a fucking Virgo. I love daily routines. I love routines. I love lists, but because I lack follow through and consistency, I never keep up with it. I can tell you that I have got lists for days, lists for years. Like I love lists, but I don't ever practice it. I don't ever put it into action. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, yeah, I just want to develop a morning routine, a nightly routine. And I think if I can work on small, consistent things, maybe that can translate, you know what I mean? But also, this is all about 2023 betterment of self, blah, blah, blah. I decided to create a magical morning routine. I also have a magical nightly routine, but I'm still working on that one. If something's not sticking, don't shove it, you know what I mean? What is that saying? Don't beat a dead horse. Like, does that even, I don't know if that applies. But yeah, like, if it's not fucking working, drop it. Another tip for creating a routine that you will most likely stick with, or at least hopefully stick with, is what I'm trying to do. Think of things that I already do. Like I already wake up in the morning and brush my teeth. I already wake up in the morning and have coffee. Those are two things that I for sure do every day. So I'm tackling on things with those things or in between those things. So number one, this is my morning magical routine, okay? Number one, I want to wake up and immediately write down my dreams. I bought a dream journal, and in my dream journal, I'm going to write exactly what I had either in my mind as I woke up or what I dreamt about during the night. For me, I used to be able to recall my dreams extremely easily. So easily. It was effortless. I would stop my dreams. I would add whatever I wanted to my dreams. I was really good at realizing I was dreaming, waking myself up, or being like, I would really like to see honey buns in my dream right now, and like summoning honey buns. I was a master of my dreamland, right? And in the last 2 years, I don't know what has changed. Maybe the panini kind of got to me. I don't know. I'm not nearly as in tune with my dreamscape as I once was, my dream world. So I'm trying to get back into that. And the best way to start recognizing your dreams is to write your dreams and just be able to generally recall them the following day. So already I've started that. I did that this morning. I woke up and I immediately wrote everything down. I had about 4 dreams that I could recall. So that was good. Hopefully I can keep it up. Also, say to yourself before you fall asleep, just quick tip, I will remember my dreams when I wake up, and then fall asleep, and then just immediately just roll over and grab your journal and write whatever comes to mind. Number 2, brush my teeth. I already do that after brushing and flossing. So wake up, write down my dreams, get up, brush and floss. While I'm flossing, while I'm looking in the mirror, or after I'm done, I can either think this or I'm going to say it. I like saying my affirmations out loud. I have a wall in my head with magical workings and saying them out loud. I'm always someone who says it in my head, and I'll say things in my head like super powerfully. It's hard. Like it's really hard for me because I get like in my head, I feel like real shy, super shy. Say with some confidence, some vigor, And then once I am done, affirming my might, I really want to start dedicating some time to morning meditations and working with my deities. So I tend to do most of my magical workings and most of my meditations at night. The problem with that is my candles. I have to turn them off to go to sleep. And I really don't like doing that. A lot of the candles that I use for that are tea light candles, and I like to let the tea light burn completely. I do not like snuffing out candles before they're done. Unless it's like a working that's going to take a couple of days, then fine. Or if it's like a 7-day prayer candle, something like that, then that doesn't bother me. But if it's a tea light, I really hate snuffing it. Like it's a pet peeve of mine. And I will be completely honest, there's been nights where I have stayed up till like 4 o'clock in the morning because I wanted that tea light to go out naturally. I didn't want to snuff it. So I just stayed up in bed staring at the tea light while Annie Benz was snoring. That's not good. It definitely has contributed to sleep problems, and that's not a good thing. What I should do is start implementing my candles and whatever workings I have that involve candles that I have that block about that I can't snuff. I should do that in the morning. So after I've done my meditations, after I've done either some deity work or whatever, I will then do my offerings, such as my candle workings. Once I'm done doing my offerings, meditations, whatever, I think I'm going to start out with 15-minute meditations, eventually work myself up to 30-minute meditations. I do meditations pretty often. I would say at least 2 times a week. So yeah, I would say 6 to 8 times in a month I meditate. I want to get to the point where I'm daily meditating. After that, I would like to start making my bed, which again, maybe some of y'all are Valentine, you sound like a 5-year-old. Why don't you make your bed? But like, it's just not something I've ever been required to do. I want to start making my bed every day because, you know, it looks nice. It adds some energy into the room. But on top of that, I do daily cleaning, but I don't do daily etheric cleansing, if that makes sense. I will cleanse germs, but I'm not cleansing the energy. And I cleanse myself a lot. But I recently have been thinking about it and thinking about like how much muck and stuff like we carry on ourselves all day. And if we're not daily cleansing ourselves, we just like lay in our beds and kind of like stew in it, you know? In the morning when I'm making the bed, I think I'm going to start doing some etheric cleansing with either like a spray, lighting some incense, especially during my meditation. That's like another way to 2 birds, 1 stone. But also just shaking out your sheets, shaking out your pillows, fluffing it, smacking the bed a little bit, you know, bop, 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 loosen up that energy. I can like ring a little fucking bell, something, just something to get the energy moving for the day. Next is my morning coffee, my morning coffee, my morning tea. That's something I already do. So I like, you know, I'm implementing these new things within a routine I've already established. With my morning coffee, my morning tea, I do stir my intent into my coffee, into my tea. I will sit there and be like, you're a badass bitch, you know what I mean? Like, not really, but most of the time it's healing, putting in the intent that it's going to help soothe me. Something I already do. That's something I will continue to do. And then the last thing on my list is something that I feel is extremely underrated, and that is when I'm not, you know, working or busy or have something to do, I will stay in my PJs all day. I won't put on a stitch of makeup. I won't do anything to my hair. I still don't do anything to my hair. I mean, like, let's be real. Another way to help encourage consistency and also ease filming. The biggest thing that gets in my way of filming is doing my hair and makeup. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but sometimes I feel like I'm in like sludge, and motivating myself to film can be really hard. Like motivating myself to do really anything or like leaving the house can be really hard. I know that sounds like I'm super depressed, but that's just like the kind of person I am. I'm a genuinely pretty happy person. I think a way to kind of help alleviate that is if I just put in some energy to get dressed. And I've noticed that if I have my hair and makeup done, I'm like, let's fucking film, bitch. Like, I'm super into filming. It's just that initial hump is so steep. So I'm hoping if I start this routine, then I think it will help me post more and hopefully be more consistent. So like I said, my nighttime routine is something that I'm still working on. I also want to start doing a tarot routine or a divinatory routine of some kind, daily divination. I haven't decided if I want to do that in the morning because I genuinely, most of my witchiness happens at night. Like I said, I think the deity stuff is going to have to happen in the morning because of me and my weird thing with candles. But I think the rest of my witchy things will be happening at night. If you guys want to know about my nighttime, my witchy nighttime routine, then let me know in the comments down below and I'll be sure to post it. I do want to start posting more of like my witchy ways if you guys are interested. If not, I don't know, I might do it anyways. Because it's something I'm interested in, and I think that, you know, 2023 is a good year for delving deeper. Okay, all right, you guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to y'all's new year, and I hope that y'all figure out what is calling to you this year, because if you've got a vibe, this is the year for you to listen to your vibe. And I will edit this and I will see you later. Hi, baby. I didn't see you up there. He is perched on the back of my chair like a gargoyle looking down. Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.